Hello and welcome, I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this is News Cats. Alright, gather around folks. An urgent public health crisis unfolds simultaneously with the violence, with at least 61 lives claimed by military strikes in Gaza. These tragic incidents took place over just 48 hours, from September the 5th to 7th, 2024. Each strike adds to the grim toll of a situation that feels like it's dancing beneath a shadow of despair. Amidst all this chaos, there's a polio vaccination campaign ongoing, aimed at the region's youngest citizens. This initiative is trying to reach approximately 640,000 children. Remarkably enough, over half of those little ones have already rolled up their sleeves for their shots. Now that's a ray of hope in a rather bleak landscape. But it certainly doesn't stop there. Just last week, one of the military airstrikes directly targeted the Halima al-Sadiyya school compound in the Jabalia refugee camp, a place that was housing displaced individuals seeking safety. This horrifying attack claimed at least 8 innocent lives and left 15 others injured. Meow, it's haunting to think that what should be a sanctuary of learning turned into a scene of despair. So let's take a moment to put this conflict into perspective. We're dealing with 11 months of strife between Israel and Hamas, and efforts for a ceasefire seem about as effective as a leaky roof in a rainstorm. Key international players, including spy chiefs from both the United States and the United Kingdom, are scrambling to breathe life into the potential for peace amid all this destruction. But here's the kicker, folks. The landscape is far more complicated than a simple good versus evil narrative. It's like we're caught in a cat and mouse game where the stakes keep rising. The Israeli military maintains they struck a Hamas command center, alleging that militants are using civilian buildings for their operations. Meanwhile, Hamas plays a different tune, denying these claims outright. Innocent lives, however, are the ones caught in the middle of this fraught situation. This dreadful cycle of violence continues to claim victims, while narratives clash through a tragic scene that unfolds right before our eyes. As airstrikes rain down, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza deepens. Earlier this week, the first confirmed polio case in the region in 25 years emerged, a 10-month-old boy who now faces paralysis due to this disease. It's heart-wrenching, not just for him, but also for the families desperate to protect their children from a looming public health disaster. Each bombardment complicates the already strained emergency vaccination campaigns, making every effort feel like a drop in the ocean. And speaking of oceans, the healthcare system is teetering on the brink of collapse, with facilities inundated and resources dwindling. It raises a crucial question. How can the people of Gaza fend off not only the threat of military strikes, but also the haunting presence of polio? The intersection of conflict and health is crystallizing into a surreal nightmare for countless families and individuals. Diving a little deeper into this tragic narrative, let's not overlook the essential locations that are involved. The Jabalia refugee camp has sadly become a focal point for military operations, its facilities now witnessing serious clashes and conflicts. The Halima al-Sadiyya school, once a beacon of hope and learning, is now a refuge amid war, illustrating the multi-use nature of civilian structures in conflict zones. Unfortunately, this dual-purpose reality is all too common in war-torn areas, schools transformed into shelters and hospitals becoming targets. It's a painful juxtaposition that threads through the fates of both students and community members alike. The ripple effect of this is felt far beyond the borders of Gaza, prompting international outrage and concern. Humanitarian workers and local health officials are working tirelessly amidst this chaos, engaging in a race against time to deliver essential services while dodging the shrapnel of despair. Moving forward, the implications of this violent conflict during a pressing public health crisis cannot be understated. The humanitarian disaster unfolding in Gaza could deepen, leading to heightened scrutiny from the international community. We may see potential shifts in diplomatic strategies and perhaps even new timelines for intervention or humanitarian aid. But remember, it's the children of Gaza who stand to suffer the most. The ramifications of violence during these critical vaccination efforts don't just pose immediate health risks, they lay the groundwork for long-term impacts on an entire generation. It's not merely about military clashes, it's about the very future of these young lives. So let's stay engaged, informed and empathetic as this story unfolds, because it's vital that we understand the human narrative woven into these statistics and headlines. Meow, it's quite the heavy load, but these lives truly matter. If you have thoughts on how military conflicts impact healthcare, be sure to drop them in the chat. Let's connect over this pressing issue. I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this has been another Newscat special report. Thank you for watching, and don't go far because another breaking story is right around the corner. Meow!